Well, everyone, today's a special day. iOS 14 just came out today officially, and let's go and see how it holds up on a phone like the iPhone 6s. Now, if you own a 6s, sometimes I'll be honest, it's not necessarily the best thing to go to the first official version of a software, especially as big as the iOS 14 is. But I've been running it on every single version and every single beta that iOS 14 has came out in, and I've compared it to iOS 13.7 a ton, and I can tell you, I think if you own an iPhone 6s, go to iOS 14 if you want to. If you want the most stable version, still stick on iOS 13, but I still think iOS 14 is really, really good. And I'll just go and hit on a couple of the new features, show you some benchmarks, and I'll go ahead and do a speed test between iOS 14 and iOS 13 in this video as well. So I'll probably do that towards the end. Now, some of the new features, first of all, as you can see, we do have that new widget layout, which is really, really cool. And on a phone like the iPhone 6s, that actually doesn't look that bad. As you can see, it looks pretty good. I thought with a smaller display like this, even with an SE, I didn't think it would look good or look weird or whatever. It really doesn't look that bad. As you can see, I have some here. I think I have the bigger one here, probably not. But if you swipe to the left, you can see all the widgets that are available. And starting with the first beta, we actually have new widgets that have came out. So that makes me think that as iOS gets better and better and they open it up to third-party developers, you can actually go and use third-party widgets eventually too, which would be really, really cool. So we have a ton of widgets, as you guys can see, and even on a smaller display like an iPhone 6s, it still looks pretty good, as you guys can tell. So the widgets are something that I really, really do like, and I'm really happy they did it. Now, another thing that I just kind of showed you guys is the app library. So on a phone like the iPhone 6s, again, it looks pretty good. And what this basically does is, first of all, you have the ability to now hide your apps from your main screen. All your apps are still visible here. You can see them in the app library type of view right like here. And it's funny because on Android, it literally looks just like Android, which is so funny. But basically, all your apps are here. They're categorized however they want to. And let's say you don't know which category they're in. Again, you can just swipe down here and see a full list view of all your apps that are here. So that's something that's really, really awesome. And I think for the future of iOS, this will make it more simple. But again, I think they'll probably make it look a little bit more, newer. This kind of looks outdated in a way already, which is kind of funny. But I guess we'll see what happens in the future. I personally do like it. I think this is a really, really nice touch. We also have picture in picture now, which is amazing. So if you go pull up a video on YouTube on your web browser, you can actually go and even on FaceTime calls and stuff, you can actually have it pop out, which is really cool. And that's another one of my favorite features as well. That's something I'm going to be using all the time. And I can just imagine, in the future, if Apple brings in split screen multitasking, I can see how they kind of would do it now, because with this pop out display, just like how we had it on iPads and stuff, it just works so seamless. And the fact that they have it on a phone like this and then as see on a smaller display means they could potentially bring split screen multitasking in iOS 15, hopefully. One can hope, but we'll see what happens. There's also a new call user interface, so when somebody calls you, it doesn't take up the whole display. It's just a little drop down from here. I'm sure you guys have seen that already too. And Siri got smaller too, as you can see. Let me go ahead and turn it on. And as you can see, it just takes up a little bit of it. Now on iPads, it's the same thing. It pops up out in the corner, but you can still use your phone. You can still use your iPad when you're using it. For some reason on here, you cannot use your phone, which I think is okay, but Siri doesn't take up the whole display anymore, which is something I really, really do like. So that's also really awesome. There's also some new security updates as well. So basically, whenever you get into an app and it snooping your data in the background, iOS 14 will basically tell you that, which is really awesome and makes your phone feel that much more secure. And apparently they delayed that feature. Hopefully they still bring it. I think that would be really awesome, but I guess we'll see what happens in the future. And there's been a ton of new features within AirPods as well. So you now have that new spatial audio feature, which I think already got brought in with the last AirPod update. We now have automatic device switching, you have low battery alerts, and you have optimized battery charging for your AirPods, which that in and of itself is an extremely cool feature. And a lot of those features are brought in with iOS 14, which is really, really awesome. So as is consensus right now, I will tell you, just as a feature standpoint, iOS 14 probably still has a long way to go. It's still not the most stable it can be, but I think it has gotten better since the first time it came out. So let's go ahead and do a little bit of a speed comparison between these two. I'll have the phones right here. So let's go and see which one is faster, iOS 13 or iOS 14 on iPhone 6s. Okay, and I'll probably do a full speed test sometime soon. This is just like a quick one to see which one is faster just immediately. iOS 14 is on the right, iOS 13 is on the left. First of all, let's go and clear out all the apps in the background. So let's go and do App Store, 3, 2, 1. And iOS 14 did get into this pop-up faster, but we'll just let that one slide. Scrolling wise, I don't think you'll notice a big difference between both. They both look pretty smooth to me. Hopping out of here, let's go to phone calls. Okay, about the same. Browser, I think they're both on Apple or something. Okay, that one doesn't matter. Music 321. And again, we're getting all these new pop-ups on iOS 14, which is kind of annoying to be honest. And again, I have these third-party apps. Let's do Facebook 321. Okay, iOS 13 is faster there. Twitter 321. And again, seems like iOS 14 was faster there. I kind of looked away for a second. Snapchat 321. iOS 14 is slightly faster there. Temple Run 321. And we might have to restart this one. Okay, so this one was in a game, so we'll go ahead and put this in. Actually, we'll just not even do this one. Fruit Ninja 321. I feel like we're gonna get a ton of pop-ups here. I guess not. And you can see iOS 14 already loading ahead of iOS 13, which is really, really impressive and kind of interesting. I wasn't expecting that. Snake versus Blocks 321. And you can tell iOS 14 was ahead, iOS 13 a little bit behind. Getting into gameplay, they look kind of the same as well. They're not really stuttering or one or the other, which I guess is a good thing. We do Thank You 321. And iOS 13 actually was faster there, and iOS 14 was a little bit behind, so that one was definitely in favor of iOS 13 for sure. We can go ahead and end it off with Road Racing 3. 3, 2, 1. And I did have to reinstall it here, so we'll just not do that one. Let's just do Temple Run 2. 3, 2, 1. And it's looking like iOS 13 is going to be the faster one here, and iOS 14 is a little bit behind it. So we'll just kind of let this one load, and iOS 13 is fully loaded, so that's really, really impressive. iOS 14 still taking its time, a little stutter here and there, which is still okay for the most part. And you can see that one is fully loaded as well. So let's get into some gameplay, see if they're stuttering one or the other. And it doesn't really look like it. They iOS 14 kind of started in the beginning with, which was kind of weird, but they both kind of fixed it towards the end, which I think is a good thing. And as you can see, yeah, they're both about the same for the most part. So what I can tell you is about iOS 14 as a whole. First of all, I think it's a great update. I think the features that it brought are amazing, and I think for the majority of people, iOS 14 is going to be the best thing you can go and download to right now. But like I stated, you might still want to stick with iOS 13. It might still be the better way to go temporarily. Maybe waiting till like iOS 14.0.1 or 14.1 comes out. But I'll be honest, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna update my main device today. So if I'm updating, I think it's safe to say you guys should update too. So that's really pretty much it. Hopefully you guys learned something. I would recommend updating if you guys want to. I'll drop a full speed comparison hopefully soon. This is just a quick one. If you guys have any other questions or anything, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count, so it means so much if you guys could hit that. Also check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my second channel. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.